Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Cleanup Crew. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, please take a moment to check out our social links, which are currently linked in chat. You can find our Twitter, Discord, and YouTube there. Discord's a wonderful place to talk about the games, and YouTube's a great place to catch up on all the others if you become entranced with the story this session. Also, please check out our tweet. We have a tweet out which is advertising this stream. Go and tell your friends where you're watching and come and get them to join us. Also, please check out our sponsors. We are sponsored by Magehand Press, who write content for 5e in the form of expansions, and also the Deck of Many. You may have heard of their Deck of Many things. Also, I'm going to implore you to go and check out their Deck of Many animated spell cards, which cast as you cast. They're very good. Go and check them out. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Before we do, big shout out to Vicky, who can't be with us this week, but they will be returning very soon. Go and check them out on Twitter. They are wonderful. They've been helping us introduce people to D&D for a long time. We will go around. We'll start with Jenna. Jenna, oh hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Very scared for this session, but good. You can find me at Aspiring DM on Twitter, and at littledragonscribbles.com and on Instagram. And I'll be playing Armin, the ASMR cleric. So yeah.
Next around the screen, we have Michaela at McBoots42. How are you doing, Michaela?
I'm doing great. I just got back from vacation this morning, and I'm ready to play Dungeons & Dragons. And it's a pleasure to be here at the Scratticus Academy.
It's a pleasure to have you. I saw your tweets about like literally getting off the plane like as I was going to bed last night, and I was like, wow.
I was gonna make the 2-hour drive home, and then I was like, oh, I am really tired, so I drove this morning. That's why I just got here, but I made it, and I'm ready, and it'll be great.
Fantastic.
Today I'll be playing Zorna, the human wizard, and both Zorna and I use she/her pronouns.
Fantastic. And lastly today, we have a recognized name from chat, Fisk! Fiskpinner, how are you doing, Fisk?
It's good. It's finally trying to do this thing and been waiting for a couple of months to get time over for doing a session with Scratticus and the Scratticus crew. So it's pretty nice. It's going to be exciting. Haven't been playing D&D for a couple of years. So just getting into it again, and it's an exciting thing to do as well. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be nice.
I'm very much looking forward to it as well. I've linked your Twitters in the chat there, and also if you're wondering, there was a long waiting list. We got through. We finally worked our way through all 200 people in the list. So if you haven't seen anything yet, go and check your Twitter inboxes. Go and check your Discord inboxes. I may have messaged you, and if I haven't, come and kick me somewhere raw because I may have missed you, dropped your name off the list somewhere. So come and let me know. Unless, of course, you're waiting for the November season. I haven't even started on that list yet, so yeah. Okay, so well, everyone, you will be you are new adventurers on your way. There is a shuttle bus waiting for you in the town of Neverwinter. City of Neverwinter, that will take you out to the cleanup crew headquarters. It's driven by a small kobold named Brian, who drives a white car and a painted white cow. The journey isn't too long, you know. It's a reasonable journey, maybe an hour or so, but not terrible. Certainly not by today's standards. However, before we get to you two and introduce your characters, we will start at the lodge, the cleanup crew lodge, and Armin.
Yep.
Callie's not here.
Yeah.
Callie went on vacation. It was very quick.
Sudden vacation?
Yeah, sudden vacation. That's the best way to put it. Sudden vacation.
No, like a note? Did she leave a note or anything? Or was just like, I'm leaving, bye? Or did she
No.
just like vanish in the middle of the night?
There was nothing there, and then the next day, Brian is just like, oh yes, no, Callie submitted
Philip?
Brian, yeah, no, Philip, yeah. I know my own NPCs' names, don't you? Don't you? I don't use your notes to remember things. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, Callie put in for some emergency vacation just yesterday, in fact. Yeah, not going to be with us today.
Oh.
If you like, you can give me a hand setting up the trophy room, the conference room today, if you like.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go grab the chairs.
Yeah, you grab the chairs, I'll grab the water.
Okay. Armin's just, I mean, not Jenna's nervous, but Armin's, just a little confused, but I mean, okay. Maybe she had like a family emergency. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Weird. Goes and grabs chairs.
Yeah, and you can set up the chairs. Philip sets up the table of refreshments, it's everything's looking hunky dory. You can see where Philip arranges his 3 pens on the desk in a nice, neat row. He's got the incident logbook on the desk. Everything's in exact place as it should be. And as he looks at the I can see Brian arriving now. Why don't you come and bring in our new adventurers? And
Sure thing.
as the
I'll
cart
walk outside.
wheels into the yard, why don't you give our new players a description of Armin as Armin walks out to greet them?
All right. Oh, I should probably know. Do I still have butterfly wings?
Yes.
I do.
Philip hasn't said a word about it.
Okay, cool. So, Armin is fairly tall. She's pale skin with black hair, really long black hair up in a kind of updo ponytail thing with a slew of black feathers all through it. She looks very put together in like a dress and like armor with a raven on the front. And she has gold eyes and surprisingly beautiful butterfly wings. Just chilling.
And as Brian wheels in, I leave it up to you two. Who would like to be introduced first?
I can start. It's fine.
Sure.
I'm dark-haired, really messy hair, half orc. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Last time I was in the city, been a while. Bit of a loner, just trying to get some money, trying to get some friends maybe. I'm not really sure. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just ended up here, sitting here and trying to get something done, pretty much. Carrying my bow and arrow and short dagger. That's everything I have and everything I need in the forest. So that's what I have. And a short leather, like jacket and trousers. That's it.
Yeah. Not as uncommon as you may think coming through the cleanup crew ranks. The directionless, looking for perhaps a new career. Welcome.
Thank you.
How about Zorna?
So Zorna follows in behind everybody, and she's this little human wizard in like a kind of flowing purplish robe. It's a little dirty at the hem. Her hair's kind of messy. It's red and pulled up into a ponytail, and on her back is a backpack and a quarterstaff. And she is just looks curious, and she kind of adjusts her big circular spectacles and pushes them back up her nose as they slip down, and she has a friendly smile on her face.
Hi guys, I'm Armin. Welcome to the cleanup crew. Hi Brian.
Hey.
Hello, Armin. Where's Callie?
Philip said she took like a emergency vacation or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't give her a lift.
You didn't? Huh. Weird. Maybe she walked or something. I don't know.
Bit of a long way, but each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, so, what are your names?
Oh, I'm Zorna.
Zorna, nice to meet you, and you are?
Tark.
Tark.
It's hard
Cool.
to name it. Tark, yeah.
Cool. Well, Philip's waiting for us inside, so.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've never been part of a cleanup crew before.
Oh, it's fun.
I've never done any real work. It's been in the forest, so I have not really know what to do. So I hope you have good instructions for this adventure or something.
I mean,
Or
yeah,
is
we
it-
usually
what are we
do.
going to do? What's the next quest, or what do you call it?
Well, a job. We'll
Job.
find out. Philip has all the info. I forgot to say, Armin has a spear on her back, and on the top non-spear end is a feather duster.
That's amazing.
And now it's a magical feather duster. As of last episode. So
Oh, I love
Armin
this.
will walk inside and into the conference room and take her seat.
Thank you very much to Michael Wayne, who gifts you an advantage, Armin.
Yay!
And as you enter this room, this is clearly an old hunting lodge, which is in the process of being adapted. You can still see like shadows on the woodwork where old trophies have been removed from this room. And on one section of wall, there is a magical box projecting a large square of white onto the wall. There's tables all arranged facing forward. Philip stands at the desk facing the tables. He is a gentleman dressed in sort of like faux noble clothing, you know, sort of like office work style clothing, sort of like a doublet, you know, that's sort of white and but cheap material, broken glasses, and there's a ledger on the table, 3 pens arranged exactly so. And on the far side of the room, there is a table which is laid out with cups of water. And as you enter, welcome everyone. Good to see you. Help yourself to refreshments, and when you're settled down, we'll get you inducted and get you on your first mission with the cleanup crew. Welcome.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. What kind of refreshments are there?
The refreshments on the table there, it's just water.
Okay, I will enthusiastically drink some water.
It's nice and crisp. It's like prime water.
We now have a tank fed from a spring feeding the water supply rather than taking it out of the river. It's much fresher, I think. Anyway, well, when you're all settled, it clicks a button and the white square fills up with the words, "Welcome to the cleanup crew. Welcome to the cleanup crew. This is welcome. We will get you inducted and on your way. Armor and weapons are provided." And he gestures. And Armin, this might be the first time you notice.
Oh
Toby-
no!
Toby's not here. He gestures to the corner of the room, where there are spears and leather armor hanging up. Help yourself to armor and weapons. Make sure you wear correct PPE at all times for insurance purposes. But remember that any damages outside of regular wear and tear will be charged off of your wages.
Hey, Philip,
Yes?
where's Toby?
Oh, Toby's on a separate mission today. Toby had to go and do some of his own cleaning.
Okay.
Click realizes he didn't click off of the welcome screen. There's some armor and weapons and a picture of a chest, which he clicks quickly off, and goes to the next screen, which is a picture of a human with a mana potion in one hand and a big club with nails in it in the other hand. You are going to be entering dungeons, temples, or other potentially dangerous environments, and as such, there may be active adventurers on the premises. Now, you need to be on the lookout for these adventurers. They are often high on mana potions and looking out for what adventurers like to call encounters. You don't want them to think you are an encounter. They're likely to attack you. If you do happen to see them, best practice is to raise your hands and say, "Hey, I'm not an enemy. I don't mean you any harm," and possibly lay down and hide. Signs that there may be adventurers in your dungeon or other area include unlocked doors. Click, there's a picture of an unlocked door. We'll provide you keys for any premises or locked doors that you need to go through. Click, there's a picture of a bear trap with a human stuck in it. Sprung traps. Sprung traps are a good sign that adventurers have been around. Also, click, there's a picture of like a tiefling with eyes crossed through its dead adventurers. Dead adventurers are a sure sign that there are adventurers around. Do not think that if you see one dead adventurer that means there aren't any more. Quite a few adventurers are very willing to leave their dead behind and possibly collect them on the way out, maybe. Depends on the alignment, I'm told. Also be on the lookout for bloodstains, trails, limbs, that sort of thing. Yes, Armin?
Sorry, no, this is out of character. To God. Hey, is that a new slide edition?
Dead Adventurers?
Yeah, the dead tiefling?
Yeah, the dead tiefling. Remember we drew horns on it like last week or the week before?
Okay.
Because you complained that all of his monsters were humans, so he drew horns on one.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was a new thing.
No.
I'm way too like.
So yeah, also be on the lookout for bloodstains, trails, and limbs. These are also signs that adventurers are around. Don't think that a lost limb, even a leg, will slow down an adventurer. They're likely to just stick a stick in it and carry on high on mana. Also look out for discarded or scattered holy symbols. These are another sure sign of adventurers losing faith or maybe gaining faith. Who knows? On that note, please note that your insurance does not cover you for any magic or cursed items. Click. There's a picture of a magical item with a cross through it. Any damages caused by these are not covered by your insurance, so try not to handle them all together. On that note, click, picture of a book, and he puts his hand on the book on the table. All accidents, incidents, and damages must be reported to the incident logbook. All items should be recorded and left for collection unless expressly told otherwise. So there we go. Click. Big screen that says, have fun, be careful. This is your first adventure, so have fun, but be careful.
We
Click.
really need that on shirts.
Well, I mean, maybe we can talk to someone in the city. I understand Brian's well connected. Maybe he can hook us up. But until then, click. There's the Junior Adventurers Union is recently set up. We all get better wages when we sign up and better rights and things. So I believe, well, Callie usually has the leaflets. Armin, do you have any?
Yeah, I have some. I'll hand
perfect.
out the little things and like the email sign up list.
An email sign-up list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Ethernet.
fantastic.
Oh, Ethernet mail. It's changing the world, really.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll hand my brochure to a cat that just kind of walks out between my legs from under my long robes and just kind of like tuck it into the collar.
Can I
hang on
pet
to
your
that.
cat?
Yeah, of course you can.
Kitty. She bends down and gives little squirches. Oh, fly. No, I missed it.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Now,
I wait for my sandwich.
today's mission is it's actually the second time we've been hired by this person. It's an Adabra. Adabra is a lovely woman who lives up on Umbridge Hill. We recently were hired to clean up a manticore that some heroes had dismembered. However, apparently she is now being harassed by its mate. So essentially what she wants you to do is head up to her windmill and anti-manticore the place. Put up some manticore defenses. Try and prevent the manticores from coming back and harassing her further. What exactly that means in terms of defenses, I'm not sure, but I'm sure you can get inventive with spikes and other things, and maybe some magic. Maybe some of you know magic. I don't know, but I'm sure she might have some ideas as well. Umbridge Hill. It's an old stone windmill. It's up on Umbridge Hill is where the dwarf cairns are. If anyone remembers, maybe you've seen
what?
it. The dwarf cairns, the old ruins, hundreds of years old. I think the windmill's about 100 years old or more as well, actually. Now, before you even go there, I know how much you're going to get paid. You ask every week. For this mission, it'll be 3 gold each.
So well. Okay.
3 gold each, and I'll turn a blind eye to any rewards that Adabra offers you on success.
Cool.
That's a good deal. It sounds like I could use 3 gold.
I could just use money, so that's why I'm here.
Is Brian taking us, or do we need a map?
Oh yeah, no. Brian is waiting in the yard. He'll be taking you there this morning.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay,
Any more?
Cool. Is this?
Sorry,
so
what?
this isn't a hill, so it's not in the dungeon, but we might still come across these terrible adventurers, right?
They could be anywhere.
They tend to roam around looking for trouble mostly. Bunch of ambulance chasers, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good to know. Keep an eye out.
And hey, have we heard anything else from the druid that we asked about, the spider?
Oh, well, hey, Izzy, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I did hear a second time from them, actually. I messaged them asking more about the spiders. And they said if we can provide a sample, they can give us more information.
Okay. Oh, no. All right. Good to know.
Preferably alive, apparently, is the...
Duly noted.
I mean, you've managed to capture a Harry several times in the past. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah. True. That's very true. Anyway. Onward. See you later, Philip.
Bye. Have a good adventure.
I will walk outside.
It was so good to meet you. Hopefully this is the start of a lot of great adventures together. I'll follow you outside.
Just gonna get along, so seem friendly enough. So yeah.
You've
Should be a
actually
fun
gone
adventure.
a little bit quiet, Patrick.
Better now? Can you hear
Much
me?
better. Much better. I can hear you.
My mic went down. Sorry.
Sorry, say again.
No, I'm asking if the adventure gonna be fun. It seemed fairly bunch enough, so I hope it's gonna work out and it's gonna be interesting quest we're gonna do together.
Oh, I'm sure it will be absolutely fantastic.
All right. I'll go say hi to Brian. Alrighty. You know where we're going, Brian?
Yeah, Umbridge Hill, right? Well, we'll get there in no time.
Do we have to go through the Neverwinter Wood at all?
No, we don't have to. Can do.
No, I mean, I'd rather not.
Why? What's
You
in
know,
the Neverwinter
spiders.
wood? Spiders, like
I like
Creepy,
Like-
glowing
fist size.
spiders that follow you.
Like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not sure what's up with it. It's what I asked Philip about.
Are the glowing ones?
Yeah, it glowed, but like it changed the color it was glowing, and it also got a bit bigger. It was scary. Too suspiciously neutral.
Huh. You know, I have this great recipe for like spider leg kebabs. I've never tried it with a glowing
Callie
spider.
would love that. She actually carries around spider legs.
Oh
or
my
at least she
gosh, I
did.
have to make it. Wait, did?
Yeah, no, I mean like her pocket got ripped and
Oh, okay.
and like it all spilled out and the pigs like all ate it. And
Oh,
it was
what
a whole
waste.
fiasco.
You
So
should get some new spider legs just to gift her. If she lost it, nice to get some new ones when she gets back from vacation.
yeah, she's rebuilding her pocket food. So I'll have to get her more spider legs. But
So it's spider shish
Okay.
kebabs on a skewer. That's pretty nice though.
Yeah.
Why not?
So, is she part of this too?
yeah,
Cleanup crew?
I asked earlier. She requested emergency vacation time recently.
Okay, what's she like?
Oh, she's really cool. She's a tiefling, and
Oh,
she's like super nice, and she loves animals. She would love your cat.
oh,
And,
she sounds
Yeah,
wonderful.
she's like the best. She's a paladin, a little bit taller than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what adventuring class are you, Armin? I don't remember if I asked.
Oh, I'm a cleric.
Oh, awesome!
She
I
points
love
to
clerics.
the raven on the front of her dress thing. It's like a raven of the Raven Queen.
Oh, that's so cool! I haven't heard very much about the Raven Queen, outside of like arcane circles and
Yeah,
some, like,
it gets a
notebooks
bad
and stuff.
rap.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's working out for you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Jenna keeps forgetting that Armin has butterfly wings. Oh, I just like remembered randomly again.
I'm
gonna
not even
tuck
gonna
those
mention
in.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just
Gonna
staring
tuck
at the
those in.
butterfly things like, what is that? It's something flying. It's like glittering. It's something.
Yeah, my butterfly wings. We had a. See, what had happened was we had a magical gnome incident.
No.
Yeah, with a bunch of gnomes, and
Like
I
little
cast
guys?
a spell, and then like the spell made me accidentally grow butterfly wings. It turned Callie blue, and then she started glowing.
Wow.
By the way, has that gone away? Scrat?
Who knows? She's on vacation.
Maybe we can get that fixed on the vacation time.
Yeah, we haven't figured out a way for it to. I thought it would fade with time, but they're still there.
Can you fly?
Have you
Can I
tried
fly?
flying?
What's my flying speed so I can write it down?
Same as your walking speed.
So are you now trying to fly?
Are
I
you
just test it
trying
out
to
every once in
fly?
a while, like doop, doop, doop.
I could try to throw you a bit, see if you lift from the ground and you can.
Oh, that'd
flap.
be cool.
Yeah.
That might be hard to throw, but yeah. Maybe we'll test it out when we get there.
Yeah. You can see you can climb up on the hill on the windmill and you try to jump down and you can
Oh
glide.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool. You should try that. That's interesting.
I like that idea.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting when I get to second level and my Asimar wings pop out too. See how that works.
Yes.
If.
When, you say?
If. If. Alright.
And as you carry on through the morning, it's not the longest journey, it's about an hour and a half, and you can. So it's probably coming up for around 11 midday by the time you see this hill with a windmill rising on the horizon. The windmill is actually on a lower part of the hill. On the higher part of the hill, you can see like stone mounds. Even from a distance, their dark stone makes a heavy contrast with the grass around them. Although some of them do have some grass on them as well. Yeah, you can see the windmill, and Brian points it out.
It's just up there, look, just not long now, maybe about 10 minutes.
Cool.
Okay.
So, do we know? Have we fought a manticore before? I don't remember. I don't think we have. Or am I thinking of the other game I was in? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't try and fight the manticore if I were you. Just saying, personal opinion, like.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They sound scary.
You ever seen a manticore?
Have I ever seen a manticore?
You tell me.
No.
Oh, they're awful. They've got like cats' bodies, but like lots of claws and opposable thumbs, and they're covered in spikes.
Opposable thumbs.
I know. That's the worst.
Ugh.
It's like a cat with opposable thumbs, and if that's not bad enough,
It's like a spiky raccoon.
It's got like a lion's mane that surrounds a human-looking face, except the mouth's just wrong.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Like, it's got like 3 or 4 rows of teeth, and like the jaw looks like a sort of like a snake jaw the way it unhinges. Oh, I've only seen one once. It gives me creeps. Oh, and it's got wings and all.
I heard them out in the wilderness, but I've never seen them. They're pretty. It sounds scary. I always heard them when I went out in the woods and in the mountains. I've never seen one really close. I've seen them in the far, flying, but never seen them close. I'm trying to stay away from them. They seem pretty dangerous, though.
So
Yeah.
Brian, you seem to know a lot about them. Do you know if there's a good way to repel them from places?
Well, good question, really. Problem with manticores is they're really smart. My previous employer wanted to get one instead of a drake, but it kept beating him at poker, so he got rid of it. They sort of like apparently prefer to negotiate, like money or food, really. What they want with money, I don't know, but as far as I know, they eat pretty much everything.
Okay.
Maybe we can look up those spider kebabs like once more.
I'd really rather not. Okay, that's good to know. They hold grudges.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so if they're smart, then we have to be kind of sneakier. But if they're like lions, is there like any like smells that they don't like or something?
Don't know. Maybe they're afraid of mice. Is that lions? No, wait, that's
That's
Loxodon,
elephant.
isn't it? That's Loxodon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if we set up any sort of like, spiky trap things, they're gonna look at it and go, well, that's dumb, and like fly over it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's why you're the adventurer trainer, Armin, and that's why I drive the car, I guess.
You're the smart one, though. You know all this about the manticores. I knew nothing. Do you have any idea where they like to, hang out, nest, live?
Mountains, as far as I know. Mountains, or maybe sort of like middling civilized areas where there's, a good amount of prey people.
Prey people. Gotcha.
So basically, we need a bait. We need an excuse for him to stay put so we can talk with him and offer him something to go away. Basically. So that's basically what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, that would also
have-
require like meeting it. I thought we were trying to avoid that.
We're avoiding fighting it.
Fighting, I wouldn't fight a manticore probably. That would be hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will die.
Probably,
yeah.
That's
Okay.
today's mission is to not die.
dying. Yeah, that's a pretty good slogan. Not dying.
Yep.
New thing. Yeah.
Have fun, don't die. But
I'm
guess-
pretty experienced with mountain terrain because I've been living in the mountains for a long time. So
that's good.
that's good to have. I know a lot about mountains. So if it's in
So-
the mountains, we can probably do something about it.
Philip said that whoever had this job last had killed a manticore, and now the mate manticore is harassing this lady. So
So
it
it's
probably
probably
has a
pissed.
grudge.
Maybe has her. What if
So we need a way to
some like counseling on like healthy
Yeah.
ways to move forward?
yeah, like grief counseling.
yeah, like grief counseling, and then like maybe it's not used to dating again.
Yeah.
You could, like give some advice.
Well, how
How you can move forward.
do I know how long ago this took place? Scrat?
You didn't ask
Crap.
Philip, I'm afraid. So you.
Oh, and I didn't grab a copy of our contract.
Ooh, I don't know. Callie goes away for 1 week.
I know, and it all falls to crap. Oh goodness. Okay.
Well,
So we
here
should
we are.
probably
Here we are now.
talk
I'm
to-
just pulling up. I mean, I don't like the idea of me and Daisy being out in the open.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
I
You
think I
want to
saw.
just come back later?
I mean,
Oh,
I
here.
think-
Take one of these. And I give him one of the sending stones.
Oh. Yeah,
I'll let
alright.
you know when we're done.
Great. I think I saw a coach house a couple of miles back on the road. I'll go and hang out there. All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Alright.
Okay.
Forgot I had those.
Oh, that's super handy. Oh, I would love to have one of those.
Well,
I guess-
we have one.
Okay. Cool. What other stuff do we have? I've got some spells.
I've got a magical duster.
I've got a cat. Tarak, what do you have?
I got some hunting traps, and
Cool.
so that
Um,
could pretty useful.
Immovable
probably-
rod.
Something, and that's pretty much it. It has some quiver, arrows, some a spear, an axe.
Gauntlets.
Not much.
Never fear,
Content.
chat. That content warning that just came up has come up in error. This game does not feature sanity or any of the things that content
Oh.
warning just worried you about.
I'm glad you said that before I looked at it and went, what?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the Monday night game. I just forgot to turn off the announcement.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
gosh. Okay. Whew.
It went dark really, really fast.
Yeah. Dang. Whoa.
Callie leaves for 1 week. All right. We should probably talk to Adabra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does she live at the windmill, or is the windmill separate?
There's just a windmill.
I guess we should go up and see what's there.
Yeah, because maybe she'll have more info.
Yeah. If she's already trying to keep the manticore away, though, maybe we should approach with some caution. In case she's
Yeah,
let out a trap or anything.
right. That's a good idea.
Tarak, are you good at that kind of stuff? Like, Sign.
Just put my mic. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to see if you can find that manticore. We should maybe go up all the top to the windmill and see look around and see what we have to work with. If you have, it's on a hill, so you should see it
Yeah.
pretty far.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah,
Adabra is here and can
guide us. Huh?
Yeah. I
I
want
think we
to
should
keep
just.
an eye out for possible traps and/or anything strange.
So this windmill is surrounded by like a picket fence with several breaks where paths lead up the hill, one of which goes up the hill towards the cairns. Next to the windmill, you can see now you're closer up, is the remains of a house. You can just see like the bricks, like the brick outlines of where the walls were, and a fireplace. It seems to be all that remains of it. Grass grown over. It's not like it was destroyed recently.
It's old. Okay.
Oh, okay, old.
So is it daylight or is it dusk or
Yeah, it's about midday.
midday? Okay. There's no point in fires.
Do you need me
We
to
should-
make any perception checks
Up to y'all
Sure.
if you want to make some.
for traps and weird things?
Your thing if you want to.
Okay, let's see if I roll better because my bad luck rolled over into my Star Wars game. We almost died. It was bad. Oh, hey!
There are no traps here.
I think we could go up to the house and see what's going on up there as well. Maybe she's camping behind it or behind the
Yeah.
windmill. I don't know.
Go, hello? We're from the cleanup crew.
As you call out, you can hear from the windmill.
Oh, just coming.
Okay.
Sound of almost didn't really perceive it before. The sound of gentle grinding stops, and there's sort of like a wooden sounding steps coming down the stairs, and then the door opens, revealing a little old lady, crumpled skin, who
Oh my god.
Oh, hello, welcome.
Hi, I'm Armin.
From the cleanup crew, I'm Adabra. Meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hmm.
This makes me so happy.
You've come to help me with the manticore, I understand.
Yeah, we wanted to, ask you some questions, get some info, stuff like that.
Come in, come in, come in. Can I make you all tea?
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Oh, I love teas. What kind of tea do you have? Do you need any help?
Ginseng oolong, perhaps?
I usually prefer chamomile, but I can put on a green tea if you prefer.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I gotta get some caffeine to start your adventure,
Mm-hmm.
Don't really have any caffeine. I mostly have decaf.
Oh, okay, that's okay too. No worries. I brought some of my own. Some coffee beans.
I'm
or
all
something.
standing in the corner just watching
Chocolate
everything going on.
espresso beans.
If you want, though, I can grind up the coffee beans for you. I just need to clean up the mill.
and she'll head over to. She heads up the stairs. No, on the ground floor you can see this large mill as she moves aside. These large stones, and she pulls a lever which lifts up the stones and starts sweeping these powdered substances out into a pestle and mortar.
Is it a big millstone?
Big millstone, yeah.
Oh, cool. My grandpa has a coffee table made out of a millstone. That thing is heavy as all get out. Stubbed my toe so many times.
Oh yeah.
It hurts.
You know, I bought the windmill some years back. Abandoned it was, but my daughter and I managed to clean it up. That's before she moved, of course. And I've been using it, building my own little sort of pleasant trade. It's been really quite wonderful. I've sold sometimes to your young Philip, actually.
You sold what to Philip?
Oh, this and that. I mostly specialize in potions.
Oh. Cool. So how long has this manticore thing been a problem?
There was just the one manticore that came along. And I didn't hire the cleanup crew. I went and hired the guild of extermination and pest control out of Neverwinter, and they sent a shining knight to come and deal with the manticore, and the manticore tried to parlay, and he went and slayed it. Bits of manticore everywhere there was. We got the clean out crew out then to come and clean it up. And then it was only maybe 2 or 3 weeks later I got my first letter from the mountains from a manticore, which showed, how did the lawyer put it? Intention to cause harm. And then they visited. They knocked over my plant pots. And they've been visiting regularly since, demanding that I pay them 25 gold a month, or they'll keeping on.
So they're blackmailing you for a ransom or something. You don't have to ransom for a debt.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. I try not to speak to them, to be honest. I don't deal with I don't deal with blackmailers or canvassers or callers or beasts of any nature.
So the only
Sorry, go.
so the only demand they want money. That's the only thing they said.
Yes, money or meat. They said money or meat. Yeah, 25 gold a month or 2 cows a month. Or me.
We should avoid you. That's scary.
I agree.
Yeah.
And she starts pouring tea. Of course, if my eldest was still at home, this wouldn't be a problem at all. He'd go and sally forth with his sword and do whatever Sally does with her sword when she goes forth.
I don't know that we're that kind of cleanup crew. It sounds like you need some like legal mediation, and we could probably help with that.
Well, I was advised to have the place defended, to set up traps and the like to deter them from or repel them, I suppose, from causing me grief. Hence, I
Okay.
called the cleanup crew. Your young man Philip, he said that you'd be up to the task, and.
Okay. Well, do you know perhaps where this manticore lives?
Oh no. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. And she goes and
Is
looks.
there a return address?
She goes and looks for the letter, and you can see it's a very well written letter. And in the top right, there is an address. It just
Below it.
says MT Core, Mrs. Mountains of. Presumably Manticore, I guess.
All right. Does Armin know perhaps where this might be?
Make me a history check,
Surrounding
and especially
area?
Tarek. Tarek, maybe you could give me a history check as well. Or unless you have maybe nature or something like that
I have
to.
Wanderer, so map and location. You have extra memory for maps and geographic, and you can.
Perfect.
Always call the general blah 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 layouts.
In that case, I don't think there's a need for a roll. Armin, you've got a good idea, but Tarek, you know that up near the in the Sword Mountains, Near Icespire Hold, a great castle which was recently plagued by a white dragon, manticores were driven out of the surrounding area.
I know the place, I think. I've been there, I've been around it. I've seen it in the far. I've never been there directly, but I've seen it when I was wandering the mountains. When on my way down to getting to the cleanup crew. That can pretty much recall where he lives. If we go back up to the mountains, where I can find my path back to the old castle.
Go and give them as much trouble as they're giving me, I suppose. Oh.
Kick down some pots.
Yeah, maybe we can go parlay.
Should we put out some traps by the mill, or should we just keep them for a while? Just to make her safe. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, what were you thinking? I don't really have much in the way of spells to help with this.
As you are discussing, there is a rap at the door.
Are you expecting anybody?
No. Hello? Adabra, it's me, sent by Don John and Zeline of the mountain. We're here for potions. Oh, I was expecting someone. Yes, I've got a delivery. Give me 1 second.
And she goes and slides back a little hatch, looks, and then goes and gets a box which has 3 potions with red liquid and 1 potion with a sort of 1 potion which looks kind of like silver and particularly syrupy, very viscous, and goes, "Oh yes, was it oh, I know your name." And she opens the door, and there is a young were-rat male, sort of shabby-looking fur, a little bit patchy, but not bald patches, sort of like just like patches of strange coloration fur, who's sort of like looking twitchy and nervous, but also looking quite fit, perhaps a runner or something like that for the group, which would make sense in this context.
I'll peer over and be like, "Oh, hey!
Hi.
Do I recognize you work for Don John and Celine?"
Yes.
Hi. Me and Callie and some other people were out at the mine a little bit ago. How are you?
Oh. Yes. Doing much better. Now that you've got rid of that evil creature. Much better.
You guys doing good over there?
Haven't heard from it since.
Good. Good. Tell Celine and Don John cleanup crew says hi.
I will.
And he takes the box from Dabra and goes to walk away, then stops.
Don John. He said for you to perhaps meet him at the Shrine of Savras.
Shrine of Savras?
Yes, he'll usually there between 6 to 9 ish evening time, you know, on weekends.
Okay. He said why?
Secrets
Okay.
about Philip.
And he takes
Oh.
the box and scurries.
Oh. And his hat
Oh,
falls off.
isn't he lovely? I can't quite remember his name.
Armin sits back down, looking quite perturbed as I finish writing my note.
I wonder what that was all about.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? I wonder what that potion was like for.
What day is it? It feels like a Tuesday, but what day is
It
it?
always feels like Tuesday, doesn't it? But it turns out to be Thursday.
Okay. So Armin will take note of that in her little flip book with her calendar in it.
So
Alright.
then, what's the plan? How can I help you? Let's get rid of this pesky manticore once and for all.
Yeah. I guess we'll go and try to talk to it first.
Do you know what direction she comes from?
I think Tarak knows where we're going.
Yeah, we all know
Okay,
where we're
okay.
going. It's no problem.
Awesome.
We follow around the hill, up the mountains, through a path, and it should be about 2 hours walk, something like that. So it should be fine.
Well,
That's perfect.
excuse my entrepreneurialism, but sounds to me like you're going on an adventure, and perhaps you could use some potions. I happen to have some still in stock.
I would love some potions.
Oh
Taunting.
Well, I sell regular healing potions for 50 gold pieces each. I also have one of my famous potions of invulnerability for 200 gold pieces. And if you like, you can go for a potluck potion.
What's that?
Well, it's pretty much all of the spare ingredients mixed up to see what happens.
How much is that?
That doesn't sound safe.
It's not. It's 20 gold and no warranty.
I think I'm good for now.
I haven't get
But
paid
I'll
yet,
keep-
so don't lose any
I'll
money.
keep you in mind for later.
Well, I'm always open as long as I'm awake. You can come by any time, any day. I usually gather herbs on the weekends, though, so less chance that you'll find me then.
Good to know.
Yes, when my youngest was still here, Magdalene, she used to go and collect herbs for me, and I could stay. I could stay open more often, but since she left, I've sort of got a bit more lonely, and I have to do the collecting myself, and I really only have like a business interaction. So more business means more company too, which is always nice. How's the tea?
Really
it's
good.
awesome.
Thank you.
So it sounds like, and I don't want to make any presumptions here, but it sounds like you might be able to use some help with collecting herbs and stuff.
Oh, I mean, I could do, yes.
Would you consider maybe coming to a deal with us if we can help you by collecting some herbs while we're out?
Oh, quite possibly, yes. Now,
Good idea.
let's see.
What kind of stuff do you need?
Well, I always need a variety of herbs, really. One of the most needed is dragon's root, usually found near places where dragons have passed. We had we had an influx of dragon's root when the white dragon was defeated some months ago. Fresh soil, all covered in blood. It was wonderful. Lots of dragon's root grew there. It's really a weed, but you can use it in the invulnerability potion. It's really worth quite a lot. Other than that, I always need clovers. I always need plenty of health root, and of course, Mud's flower leaf is useful too. Now, I don't go dealing in any of that mana stuff. All right, I think it's an affliction.
I
Far too
fully
addictive,
agree.
and I honestly think it makes monsters out of you. Avoid it. That's my advice. Avoid it.
Yeah.
I will not be seen to be a purveyor.
Can I see do you have a book with sketches of what these look like so I can keep an eye out?
Well, yes, I do. The clover she picks up, it looks just like a regular 4-leaf clover.
Cool.
The health root, she shows you the root in the ground and says, oh, but do be careful when you're collecting the health root because you can often find it by its large carnivorous plant. And there's a picture of like something that looks like from out of Mario, you know, a big, maw-mouthed like plant that's gnashing and drooling sap. And it's just the root we're interested in on that one. And Mud's flower root, often found by rivers.
Okay.
Not Mud's flower leaf, sorry, not root. I'm losing myself in my old age.
Oh, it's
all right.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. In exchange, like, what is the part of the bargain that like you could help us out since we're helping you out with this?
Maybe a discount.
Well, yes, sort of a you scratch my back, that sort of deal. Let's see. I did buy from a supplier at one point. If for every piece of dragon's root you can bring me, I will give you 1 health potion per kilo.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
For all the rest, really, we need if you bring me a kilo of health fruit, I'll give you a 50% discount on health potions. If you bring me a kilo of Mud's flower leaf, then I will give you I'll give you a 25% discount. And what was the other one? Oh, clovers. Oh, if you bring me 10 kilos of clovers, I'll give you a 10% discount on health potions as well. And if you can bring me all 3 of those, I'll give you a health potion for free.
Wow,
And when we're talking about leaves and roots, that's quite substantial quantity she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, do you have like a burlap sack I could carry along with me for all these things?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not, dearie. I've fallen for that one before. Once bitten, twice shy. I never saw that burlap sack again. And from that day forward, I said, nope. I won't be giving any of my burlap sacks to anyone except family. And even then, not my cousin Neville.
You are very wise, Adabra. And that's what I appreciate about you.
Well, you can always pop by for a cup of tea. That's free.
Oh, thank you. So sweet.
Good to know. All right.
I'll see if I have any sacks of my own stashed away in my backpack before we head out.
You've got your backpack. I mean, it's there's
It's just
room in the back.
superficial. There's not that many spider legs. It's just small ones. So
Your bedroll maybe could make a sack if you were that way inclined. It might be a bit itchy afterwards, but you know.
yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Well, I think I'm ready with all of these targets to keep an eye out for. Sounds great.
All right, lead the way, Tarek.
So we leave the mill, and it's starting to get dark, or is it still midday? How
Oh,
long
it's
have we been to the cabin?
I mean, I think maybe at most with the ratty interaction, about an hour, maybe. So it's still,
You should make it to the mountains before it gets dark.
yeah, sun's still high.
I don't
You'll
have
arrive
any
at,
problem because I see in the dark because I'm half orcs, but I'm a bit scared about the other ones. So then we have to be torches, and then we're gonna be seen. It's a bit. I don't trust light that much. I prefer the dark side. It's easier. So start walking up to the mountains.
Dark side has cookies.
Dark side have cookies. Exactly. Um, so we're walking up to the mountains. Should we? I have everything. I have mountain explorers, so pretty much can't go wrong. Do I need to do any perception checks for danger stuff?
yeah, sure. Why don't you give me a survival check, perhaps, for picking out a path, and perhaps some perception checks on the way up for signs of manticore.
Survival is wisdom.
Should we
right?
roll those as well for perception?
Well, you can either help Tarak and give them advantage.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The advantage is there if anyone wants to help out, or we can. Okay, there's no point. Tarek doesn't need it. Tarek knows this path. Yeah, Tarek, you know this path. You know, like you've walked it a million times. You've even seen the manticore. Maybe you were her neighbor at some point. Who knows? You know this place like the back of your hand, essentially.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for like plants and
Well,
possible manticore things.
the problem about heading from the hills into the mountains is everything gets awfully rocky.
Ooh. Darn.
Yeah, a lot of plants, unfortunately.
Okay.
Should look for maybe you should look for some food to hand as a gift to the manticore when we arrive.
Ooh.
It's a good idea. Like some
Good.
like light hunting type.
Yeah.
Thing. Any like animals?
Um.
Does anyone fancy giving me a perception check?
Yeah, I'll do that.
This is going to be quite a low DC. Here in the mountains, I imagine these things are common. Okay. Just Armin? Okay. So Armin, as you're looking out for these food things, you see there on the mountain, standing proudly on the rock, a shaggy furred, curved horned mountain goat.
I make everyone freeze. Mountain goat, guys.
Should I go for my bow?
Shoot it with the bow.
So-
I click the controller to go into stealth mode. And I would like to stay downwind.
So why doesn't everyone quickly make me a stealth roll then before we try and capture the beast? Oh dear.
Damn it.
I knew my luck was gonna run out sometime.
I messed something up, so I have to figure out how to get back to it. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's okay. It should be in the journals tab. You should see your character there. The one that looks like a newspaper. So on the top right of Roll20, you should see the little action bar. You want the third one along, like a little newspaper there. Got it? There we go. Okay, so all of you did abysmal. The mountain goat turns its head towards you, and you can see them slitty-eyed, weird
Oh,
things
God, I hate goat
as
eyes.
it looks at you all and goes. "Ah!" It echoes off the mountain around you.
Oh my god.
So do we try to shoot it?
Yeah.
Trick. I could try to shoot it with a spell.
You can kind of. There won't be any surprise attack here. Everyone roll initiative for me.
Initiative for the
How
goat.
do you do that? It's
Oh god, this is great.
no, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Busting out the nut 20s.
You were scared by the scream.
Fell over.
So the goat looks ready to go, but both, well, Tarek, you are very on it, and Armin, you're not doing too bad. Both of you will be able to make an attack to try and stop it. It looks like it's going to flee.
So I use my bow, I think.
Sure thing. By all means, please make me an attack roll.
How do you do that?
How far away is it?
It's sitting. It's about 30 feet away in a straight line, but that's on an incline.
Okay.
How do you do the attack roll?
So your character sheet should have some weapons in it. If you just go
Yeah.
and click on the name of your weapon, it should roll everything
Okay.
for you.
Nice.
There we go. Unfortunately, a 12 will hit a goat. So to roll damage, you then go onto the chat box where your attack roll is output and click on longbow there beneath the 12.
No, not there. Is this one? No, that's the other one.
Yeah. So where it's output in the chat window where the spell
the
is
chat.
output, you want to go.
Okay, yeah, cool.
There we go. You hit the goat for 9 piercing damage, and you can see blood well up in its shaggy fur as you hit it, and once again it echoes off the mountain. All perception of stealth is out the window. Armin, you also get a turn in.
I would like to toll the dead and shame the goat. Shame. Ding. Since it's already hurt.
And I've forgotten how Toll the Dead works. Is it a Constitution saving throw or?
It is a. Let me check. I have it marked in here. I believe it's a Constitution saving throw. I know it's some saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Wisdom saving.
Wisdom save? Yeah, wisdom save. Please.
And
work,
what's your DC?
What is my DC? Oh, it's a 14. No.
Yeah.
It's yet to work on anything except
The
that
goat-
wall.
Feels no shame. The goat
Oh,
looks at you and screams proudly.
no.
And despite the arrow sticking out of its flank, it begins to spring away. The mountain goat does not see this mountain as rough terrain, and it dashes, fleeing 80 feet up the mountain,
Oh.
screaming as it goes. "Ah!" So it's now about 110 feet away. Zorna, it's your turn.
Okay, do I have like a good line of sight?
Oh, you can see it all right. It's just distant.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna cast a firebolt and see how that goes.
By all means.
It's gonna already
Makes
cook
me
when
so
it gets
happy.
there.
A 14 is plenty enough to hit the goat.
Yay!
Please roll that damage.
How do I roll that? What's the 7?
so- Where it's output, go and click on the word firebolt.
Oh,
It's pre-cooked.
like in Breath of the Wild when you like.
Yeah, that's what I was
skewer,
picturing. You
and
click
skewer.
the
Right.
stealth,
Here's the information I'm going to give you.
fire arrow.
Its fur is flammable.
Oh no!
Zorna, how would you like to do this?
Yes.
So, so it's up on like a ledge.
It started just springing up the mountain on the rocks, you know, like how goats do, just
Yeah.
how they defy gravity
Yeah.
on great walls. of
And
buildings.
they give so little to care. You know, they're literally bouncing off of like loose pebbles which are clattering down the mountain and off the side of like walls and all sorts. It's like watching Prince of Persia meets Goat Simulator.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
amazing. Yeah,
Sounds
so
about right.
it's like bouncing mid-air between ledges when my fireball strikes it and it just kind of blows up in flame and kind of like starts tumbling down. There's like a wonderful, horrible scent of burning fur, but then a great scent of like cooked meat, like perfectly seared.
It turns into an item you can pick up and put in your inventory.
Well,
It's cut. Everything's just one bone sticking out.
It's
and
horrible.
as it
It's
rolls
nice.
closer, you see the sheer magnitude of this goat. This is a large creature. It's huge. It's bigger than Tarek the Arthork. It's huge.
Oh my God.
It's a ginormous thing. And as it slowly burns down to a gentle simmer, you have a burnt up dead goat.
Awesome. I can't carry all of this. I have a little dagger, so I start like trying to cut a little piece off, put in my pockets. I heard about the food pockets. It's a great plan.
We can, team carry it. Have it like a.
We should cut out the good parts.
The juiciest bits.
As a ranger, you don't take the feet and head. You take the good parts, and you give the good
But
part
the
to
manticore
the.
might want the feet.
That's true though.
We can grab it by the feet.
Oh,
You can drag it by the feet. Yeah, that's true as well.
Let's do that.
Let's make a like a.
like a little sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We try to build something. Do you
Yeah.
have any rope?
I have got
I
rope.
rope.
You can make a pallet or something, yeah, to drag it. And I've forgotten what that's actually called now. But you can certainly make something to drag. Yeah, by all means. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have cartwheels or anything, but you do have enough stuff around and with your rope to make a draggable pallet. That's completely viable.
Let's do that. I think we cut some things off and try to take the good parts as a manticore like and take it to the castle walls or the castle door.
Okay,
Onward.
Who wants to do the cutting?
I can cut the ropes if you want to tie the stuff together.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that.
Right.
I mean, if we want to throw some checks in here, we can. I feel like these are all going to be wisdom based, unless you want to use maybe sleight of hand for cutting. Survival or sleight of hand, I think, for all of the checks.
Okay.
Your choice.
I do a survival. I think. Oh, damn. Well, yeah.
I mean, you've done better work.
Yeah. I have a hand axe.
I'll try survival.
A bit better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Zorna, yeah, it's almost like you grew up in the wild.
I'm just really good at crafts. That's all it is.
All of those like DIY.
Yeah. The classes at like the local library and stuff that I go to with my wizard friends.
You read about it a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
many rope tying books. Yeah.
So the sled looks nice. The meat looks. Should work though.
It's passable. It makes the journey a little easier. And as you can carry on. You can carry on towards where you know the manticore are, and it's not long until you see a cave there on the mountainside.
So yeah, we're We arrived at the Manticore's place or area. As I said.
Should we like announce ourselves so they don't think we're like sneaking in?
Yeah. Do you like a doorbell or anything?
I mean, we could just yell.
Hello?
Hello.
Do a
This is
perception check. I think.
MT Core. Hello?
You can make a perception check if you wish to.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh God.
Oh, roll 20 has abandoned you. Okay. Zorna, Armin,
Yep.
you perceive with your nose more than anything else a sort of, I mean, a smell that can certainly be described as fresh, if not pleasant.
Kind of umami.
Yeah, it smells, natural. Perhaps earthy.
Yeah. Some cedar wood and. Oh, maybe not. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's not exactly sandalwood and oranges, it's
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Well, what if we like light a torch and start walking in? I can't see in the dark.
Oh, here. I grab like a copper coin from my pocket. Or no, I'll grab a pebble. And I'll cast light on it and I'll give it to her.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This
And
is
you
really
can just like stick it in your pocket if you want it to go.
I have dark vision
Away.
because I have orc, so it's.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome. I will
Yeah.
hold the pebble in one hand. My quarterstaff in the other hand.
And this lights this cave. Along the entrance to this cave, you can see many jagged skeletons with bones that look more crushed than broken, perhaps masticated, as they are lining the things. Bits of powder, lots of broken things. No skulls, strangely, just bones. And the pathway leads down a little way.
Okay. I'll call out again. Hello? We come to parlay? And we come in peace?
You will make me perception checks.
Oh god.
So, Zorna, you happen to be looking the other way. However, Armin and Tarak, you see against one of the walls, possibly trying to hide, possibly laying leisurely, a manticore with wings wrapped around its body.
Oh, I'll put up my hands. Hi. Sorry to intrude. We come in peace. Just want to talk.
The manticore yawns. A strangely... You become very aware of teeth when it yawns. Have you ever seen a cat yawn and you're like, oh, that's...
Oh,
wait.
yeah. All the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of teeth in that mouth. Like
So many
3
teeth.
rows, jagged, not neat fangs, just sort of like halfway between... halfway between an omnivore and a carnivore's teeth. Like, just jagged. Some look like they're made for grinding, others for ripping and tearing. In fact, you probably don't want to think about the teeth too much because it gives you an idea of its diet and
Yep.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Armin.
Hi. And I'm Sorna. And that's our friend. Sorry to wake you up like this. We didn't know you were asleep. We tried calling out at the entrance.
And you can see the manticore's eyes sort of rest on the goat for a second, or parts of goat that you've brought along.
We brought food.
Feeling hungry? It's freshly roasted.
It like stretches out a little bit and brings itself up, unfurling its wings. Its wingspan is about 14 to 20 feet, tip to tip. And see its spiked tail sort of raise up as well as it stretches. And then it sort of like sits, kind of cat-like. And what is this in aid of?
We come to parlay on behalf of Dabra at the windmill.
Oh. Well.
Oh, we wanted to get your side of the story and see what can be done to remedy this situation.
Yeah, and the goat is just kind of like a peace
A peace offering.
Accepted.
Okay.
Although there will be little peace with that woman. She's a stubborn old bint. She had my son killed. My actual son killed. Out hunting, trying to do right by his family and look after them, and she went and had him killed.
Do you know that was her intention? Because it sounded like that wasn't part of her plan.
She had someone stick a sword in him. Someone claimed she filed him as a pest. I know because I complained with the agency first, saying that we are not on their register. We are not registered pests, so therefore they should not have taken the contract. They directed me to her. Apparently, she paid this adventurer separately to kill my son.
Oh, that's really unethical and bad business practices for her.
Yeah. Did not know that.
Interesting.
All I demand is a pension as befitting my son's death. Enough food that he would have collected had he been alive. We mostly hunted goats and things like that. We're intelligent creatures. We know not to go poking the hornet's nest. He only went down there to see if she would be open to trading for health potions. Do you know what she allegedly... I don't know what she said, but she said it quite loudly as I came to visit. She will not deal with creatures or vagabonds. Will not deal with creatures. What kind of attitude is that? This is the year of the goat.
That's a little bit racist.
It is actually. What if you had like a middleman? Would you be interested in that? Because maybe, you know.
Perhaps I would have been at first, but now I'm far too irked.
So is it your intention to have the payments just continue, or is there something that would help to actually make more amends?
I seek vengeance.
Well,
but
yeah,
I
it's-
appreciate the law.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like it, and she definitely broke that.
I would accept a public apology from both her and the Pests Guild, or the individual from their guild, whichever, alongside an offering of meat equal to 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
I think that's the least I could expect.
500 gold pieces worth of meat and public apology.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable. So okay, so it sounds like you have a case here, definitely. If she had your son murdered under the table, do you have any further incriminating evidence that we could use to kind of?
Or can we help you find like legal representation?
Yeah, exactly.
Whilst I appreciate the law, I do think all of this is a little beneath. You realize I could just fly down there and knock over her pesky windmill?
Yes,
Oh,
but that
yes.
would be doing what she thinks. That would be like lowering yourself to her level, you know?
Yeah, and
Like don't be the monster she thinks you are.
and you
Makes
put in
me-
all this time and effort into working with not making yourself to be a monster. I
Be the
think-
bigger manticore.
Yeah, you would be just throwing that away. You have standards. You have standards.
Cleanup crew, making friends wherever we go.
I need a persuasion roll here.
Shit.
Can
You
I?
can, one of you can roll with advantage, or two of you can roll.
If you were to put an arbitrary number to how charismatic you feel, Michaela.
Oh, Azorna is very average.
Okay, then I guess I'll
Like a
I'll roll.
0% special.
Okay, with advantage. Here we go. Just a charisma check? Or, sorry, persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh! I am proficient in that. Woohoo! Hey!
She
He's a
preens.
bigger manticore.
She preens, and you see as she takes her clawed hand, which does indeed have an opposable thumb, as Brian described, and she sort of runs it through the braid which she has made out of her mane.
A lovely braid.
Yes, I suppose I should be the bigger manticore. Three of you are very brave to come here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody gets treated justly.
We're open for everything, okay?
I understand that she does not acquire her herbs legally. Run her out
Oh,
of
really?
business for me. Fine. Yeah, she'll let any Tom, Dick, and Harry bring her herbs. Her health potions are not up to food regulation standards.
Oh, that's terrible. She did say she just kind of throws all the leftovers together and sells
Yeah.
those. That's quite dangerous. As someone
It's a bit
with
dangerous,
a little
yeah.
arcane knowledge, that could really go wrong.
So
Put
I
her-
don't know how we would
put
put
her-
her out of...
Put her out of business. I imagine she hasn't bothered to get Kosh trained either.
Well, so the public apology wouldn't be enough then? You want her to stop her business as well?
It's to think of this as more as an alternate option. I doubt you'll be able to Forgive me for perhaps underestimating my expectations of you, but I doubt very much you can actually get her to apologize and cough up 500 gold pieces.
That might be a bit hard. Yeah.
It could be, but I mean, even if the potions are being illegally produced, that she's still making money. She might have some money. So
You're
see what we can
called
do.
the cleanup crew. I imagine that means you don't mind getting a little bit dirty.
I would prefer not to get dirty, but I'm good at cleaning things.
Then clean her up.
Well,
Is there a time limit?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do this for me, and I will owe you a favor.
Oh,
A valuable thing to have in one's pocket as she sort of looks you up and down. Beginning adventurers?
I mean,
No.
I'm. It's a weird thing because I'm not, but I am.
I know we would use that
perpetually
terminology.
beginning. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks. That sounds like a cool deal. I mean, everybody knows manticores are pretty cool.
And sorry for not asking earlier, but what would your name be?
Linda.
Linda.
Ah, Linda, that's a lovely name for
It
a
is.
lovely manticore.
Lovely Linda. Okay. Well,
Hey, legal name. Do you need legal name?
no.
No,
Good.
no.
Okay.
Should we draft up a quick agreement here for the terms of this interaction? You know, just as part of the legal process of running her out of business if we do end up doing that.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the legal process, but I think having evidence of us making an under-the-table deal to
True.
expose her under-the-table deals might somewhat...
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be under the table if we could clear this subcontract with the cleaning crew management.
I don't think that's I'm with Linda on this.
Okay, you would know better. I mean, I just started here. Like, it's my first day. It's probably getting ahead of myself.
All right. Well, we'll go figure this out then.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Linda.
Nice to meet you.
And I'll start walking out.
Enjoy the goat. It's nice to meet you. You have a beautiful mane. I love the braid.
She stretches again and starts curling back up. On your way out of the cave, you see all the skulls. They are decorated around the entrance. Human, orc, elf, tiefling with horns. Look a lot like Callie's. All around the entrance.
Gonna pick up
I
my
hate you,
cat,
Scrat.
just, like, hold it and be like, oh, we almost died. Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Okay. So,
Actually,
what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down, we're gonna put some spikes around our house, ask her to possibly pay. That won't work. I'm gonna write a letter to the, hold on, I have it here. The Quality Control for Potion Making Association. And then we put her out of business.
Yeah, so there's the Pests Guild, right, too?
Yeah, the was it the Guild of Extermination and Pest Control?
Okay, I could start drafting a letter to that one.
Wrongly worded letter.
very strongly. I'll use my best assertive voice in writing. Use some strong verbs, action verbs.
Yeah. But I say if we put the spikes around the house, we have finished our contract.
That's true. Tarak, that seems like something you would have some expertise. What would you recommend for setting this up? And we could probably have this conversation as we're walking back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've put walking music on. You're heading back down
okay.
towards her house.
We're not standing in the entrance of Manticore Lair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we are not. We are
Talking
not
about
saying there's
spies and
anywhere we're
traps.
seeking here. Absolutely not.
That's not a good idea, Paul. Could have fake traps though. Like you guys pretend putting up traps, like that's
Well, I mean, like if they're
actually-
just kind of spikes in
yeah, like easy ones. Not
easily avoidable spikes.
easy
I
ones.
think that Linda would understand, and like
Yeah.
she's probably smarter than that. Like, just Manticore.
Yeah,
Trick
and
the
I
old
kind
lady.
of like having a favor from a manticore in my back
Kinda.
pocket
Could be handy to have.
for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. Well,
The windmill comes into view quickly.
so
I'll
so
start
we-
cutting some wooden spikes and things on the way to get to probably in the forest down the way. So cutting some things to get the spikes going and
Yeah, perfect.
start doing that.
Yeah, you can have a bountiful supply. You could even use the pallet you made before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Is there any like we could make some fake trip ropes, like tie some ropes between them to trip on?
Sure. Let's do that.
Yeah. I'll pitch in some of my rope for that. If it didn't all get used up for the sled.
And so what are we telling Adabra?
We did some research on the Manticore, and we think that this setup will be effective. Unless you want to confront her right now about her shady dealings. It might be better to come in with those strongly worded letters, though.
Yeah.
As you get close to the windmill, you
Oh, no.
see the door open and a chest 3 feet by 2 feet deep by 2 feet tall leaves.
I stop everyone. Are we in view?
Currently, I mean, you're probably coming down past the cairns, so you could hide
I
behind
hide?
the dwarven cairns.
Can
You know, a
hide?
cairn, they're like piles of stones, right? Like so.
Yeah.
Everyone hide! 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 Hide!
The
Hide!
ground, start crawling behind a rock.
Make some stealth rolls just for fun. Let's see how well you hide. Oh, now you can all hide. In front of mountain goats and manticores, you got nothing, but like...
I want to see where Toby's going.
This is Toby.
Make me perception check.
This is Toby, and we don't trust him.
It's a chest.
Fuck.
Okay. So, Tarek, when you strain your ears, you can hear... Zorn, do we get a perception check from you as well? Hey, you two. The two of you can hear. Armin, any noise you make interrupts what they hear. As this chest is leaving, and you can see it's sort of like sprouted these strange legs that almost kind of look like legs, almost look like tracks as they rotate around more than walk. It's very slimy, this affair. And you can hear as it's leaving now. Oh no! Okay, look, that should help with your digestion, but you really do need to stop eating them. You weren't designed to eat those things. Armin, you don't hear that.
It sounds like she gave them like a home remedy for indigestion.
What were we eating to get that one? It's weird. Maybe the spiders.
You're muted. Yeah.
Can you hear me? No.
Oh no, sorry, not you. It was
No.
Armin. Unless you were just mouthing and not speaking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't speaking.
Sorry. I saw your lips move and I thought you were.
No, that was just me freaking out.
I'm asking Armin, retail what I heard. What do you think this is? Because you.
I don't know, but I'm kind of worried.
So it's just the old lady and the guide or thingy that walks away.
Oh, it's definitely a mimic. There's no two ways about it. You see the tongue lash around and.
Toby's a mimic. Yeah.
How did you? I've never heard of a mimic with a name.
He usually keeps track of our loaned out weapons and stuff, and he works with Philip. It's the first day he was gone for actually anything. Where is Toby heading?
Down the road.
I'm following.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
following Toby.
follow you too. Do you want me to send my cat ahead to keep an eye on? Because King is.
Part of me says yes. The other part of me is like, I really hope Toby doesn't find it and eat it.
Oh no! I wouldn't send King all that close.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, but to see through it, I'll have to have someone kind of hold my hand, because then
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'll guide you.
Okay, awesome. So I'll send King, my familiar, out to follow Toby from at least 30 feet away, and I'll send my vision out, and just my body will just be blindly and deftly following Armin.
Okay, so we'll do this whilst Armin and Tarek wait, just so that we don't have you being a zombie for too long. As Toby heads down the road, Toby seems to keep walking until you see through the cat's eyes dust on the horizon, indicating a cart coming. And then Toby settles down on the road and slowly changes into a small log across the path.
Oh no.
The cart stops. Two people get out, seeing the logs. They come and go to roughly the middle and give it a push. And Toby folds back into a chest around them.
Yeah, so Toby is now eating these.
Oh my god!
There's, yeah, they look, it's kind of slimy. I mean, there's some legs sticking out.
This is not good. Not good at all.
Then Toby goes and gets in the cart.
Now he's taking the cart. Yeah.
That Toby guy just ate 2 people.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why he had indigestion, because he's been eating people. But yeah, he's in the cart now.
Does he look like a chest driving a cart? Like what?
He just
What's
gets.
happening?
It's more of a carriage than a cart, really. And he just gets in.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks kind of chest-shaped again. Although if you get... Do you send the cat to look inside the carriage?
I do not. I'm still keeping King a little farther away, and I can't hear my friends' questions in this state. So I'm just talking until
Yeah, well,
otherwise.
after a while, the horses begin to get bored. And they seem to turn. They start taking the cart down the road, and then they sort of like turn and start heading back, presumably heading home, I suppose. Home is where the oats grow, of course.
We should stop that cart, right?
We should stop the cart. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just ate 2 people.
And the cart's moving.
I
Meandering.
pull her along. I'm going
Oh,
to stop the cart.
I guess they're coming. Give me 2 squeezes if I should come back to my body.
Squeeze.
Okay. I'll cast my vision back and. Oh, whew. That
That's
was gross. What's up with your friend?
I don't know.
You should
I go
stop
up
and
to-
confront him.
Yeah,
Should we sprint after the cart? Should we? How far? It's 30 feet to the cart.
yeah. How far away from the cart are we?
It's probably about half a mile down the road.
We could
Running up,
Yeah, we could run up.
run to catch up.
Yeah, without a driver, the horses are sort of moving at their own pace. So it's sort of somewhere... They're not galloping, they're just sort of like casually trotting. And you can catch up.
Oh god.
I'm
I don't wanna
trying
spook the horses.
animal handling on the horses, so they.
Yeah,
come-
I don't want to spook them.
Yeah, sure, give me an animal handling roll, please, Tarek.
Oh. damn.
I mean, you know, it's not the best, but it's good enough. These are well-trained horses. You can take hold of the rein, and they sort of stop for a second. One of them looks at you, hopefully thinking that maybe you might have snacks in your pocket.
Can I quickly is there a way for me to detach the cart from the horses?
Certainly.
I'm gonna do that.
Just lift off, that's all.
Okay,
I'm not getting close to the doors.
I'll offer the horses some of my pocket meat. I'm not very good with animals.
Yeah, they sort of like shy away from the meat and like...
Okay, well, more for me.
I'm gonna say, Toby,
Spit it out.
drop it. Drop it. Bad Toby. Toby, I know you're in there. Are there windows in there? Can I peek in? I don't want to get near it, but I just want to
Peeking in. This cart's empty. You see seats on either side, curtains not drawn.
Can I use
could be
mage
anything in that
hand
cart.
to open the door?
By all means, the mage
I can
hand.
thaumaturgy the doors open.
Oh, I like it better.
Well, there's 2 doors on either side, so the mage hand opens one, the thaumaturgy flings the other one open.
Yep, and the windows. Dramaturgy.
I guess
Can
I'll
I see
start.
that piece of meat?
Yeah, here. Over. I'll send it across through the cart with my mage hand to you. Just float.
Actually, no, keep it in the cart. Wave
Oh,
it
okay.
around like a treat.
I'll start having my mage hand just kind of wave it around. Here, Mimic. Here, Mimic. Where are you? Okay, I'll start using the mage hand to like pat different pieces of furniture and see if any of them like are ticklish.
Yeah.
Here, have a feather.
Nothing seems squishy or anything like that. It seems like regular down cushions, wooden floor, wooden paneling, fabric
Alright,
curtains.
I didn't want to do this, but you ate 2 people. And that's not okay. And let's see, I'm going to I guess I have to pick where this hits.
I could set it on fire.
Yeah, let's do that. The spells I have are too
Like
targety.
The
Yeah.
mimic, is it it's a beast or is it no it's Sean?
It's a question mark.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I could set it on fire, or I could like use like thunder and just like.
I go for fire.
Okay. Let's move the horses away, because that's gonna be.
Yeah, I
big
think away
festival.
I tied him by a tree. 10 feet
Thank
away.
you,
It's
Tarek.
like,
Seems wise, yeah.
done with
That's
the
good. Okay.
torches,
Right.
please.
I'll get my crystal out, kind of like shake my hands out, and like aim it and cast firebolts at the cart, just like indoors, to see if I can catch the curtains on fire or something. Pew pew.
The curtains catch fire. These people must have been nobles or something. They were certainly fond of lacquer because the wood takes up quite quickly as well. And the cart burns quite quickly.
Do you think he got out?
I look at the horses.
Yeah, I was thinking the horse as well. It's
How
can
many
I
horses are there?
I must think close to the horses.
How many horses were there?
2.
Two? How many horses are there now?
2.
Shit.
I didn't. Well, King didn't see him eat a horse. Can I ask my cat if it saw anything while we were catching up?
It says no. It turned around and came back to you.
Well, that's my bad.
I don't like this at all.
Whilst the party struggle with this empty cart and horses, patch of road, about
Ooh.
a fifth of a mile up, slowly forms up into a chest and scuttles off into the wilderness.
No! After that, Mimic.
You don't see that. That's a pan away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way. Oh, Scrat. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I watched too much Terminator 2 as a kid. So, how long do you guys spend trying to find Toby and this cart and horse?
Probably another like 10 minutes before I'd probably like he probably got out, and if we don't have eyes on him, there's no way.
Oh man. Well,
But if he's back home when I get there,
seems like you need some like discipline. Just like there's like a stern but firm talking to about the problems of eating people. It's not healthy. It's not good.
it's really not. And let's, I guess, go and finish our job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that thing.
Armin is getting more and more worried about Callie now.
Have these 2 horses. Do you want to ride them back?
No, they're not our horses though. Although they
Well,
people
they're
that
people.
were probably eaten. Oh God.
So now they're just some stray horses. With all this,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, let's take them back.
Yeah.
We can maybe sell them to the old lady for money.
Or the manticore.
The manticore is true.
Oh, I don't want to feed the manticore. The horses to the manticore.
You're right. It's probably full from that. Guy.
Horses. Horsies.
We both have and have not come so far from episode 1.
I know. This is how we acquired Daisy.
So, you head back to Umbridge Hill
Yeah.
with horses. Not quite decided what to do with them yet.
Yeah.
She's
I'm holding the horses, so
she's outside watering her plant plots.
Hi, Deborah.
Oh, you've returned already. Welcome back.
Thanks. We're here to set up some traps for you.
Oh, good. Did you find the manticore?
We did some recon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we think we know just the stuff to set up around here that'll be the most helpful to you.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. Well,
good.
don't let me detain you.
Oh, of course. How was business today?
Oh, very quiet. Very quiet. Haven't really seen anyone since that ratty person earlier.
Uh-huh. Not saying this in character. Technically, that's true. The chest. Anyway,
So
Armin will start helping set up.
I mean,
set up the traps.
I get the impression that you all are kind of half-arsing these traps, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think I really need to ask you for any roles. I'll let you set up ineffective traps for free.
How poorly you can do.
Right? Like, you know.
Yeah, putting 2 sticks together over a tree and like putting a rope. Like, yeah, that should do it. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like a in-air tripwire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it might trip up or something. It's fine.
There's like a rope, and if it gets stepped on, like flowers fall down from a tree. Just instead of a net.
Oh, now, these won't interfere with my business now, will they?
No, they shouldn't.
No, they're specifically an approaches we feel that the manticore would take, not your average person, unless I don't know. I think it'll do.
Well, you're the expert.
We are.
So we outside the cabin or inside the cabin?
She's outside the cabin with you, but she has the door open. She will invite you in for more tea when you're done.
Oh no, I'm good right now.
I would like to try to sneak into the cabin without her seeing it. Is it possible, or is it just someone distracting her?
Sure, in you go.
I could bring her out and ask her about any like herbs in the area right there, and just be like,
I want to see if I can find a logbook for what she sells to have more evidence for against her.
Okay. Make me a.
Meanwhile, I'm up on the roof.
Trying to jump.
First of all, actually, let's have that stealth roll.
Oh.
Very good. Very good.
You turn
and
sideways and become like
The wall and the grass.
you're just flat.
and Zorna, why don't you give me a persuasion roll to distract her? Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. She kind of said, "Oh, now I really, honestly, you do talk an awful lot, Zorna, and I've got work to do, but I'll indulge you this once," and like starts like telling you about the roots and.
Stay
I
off the
don't always
dirigible
get
plums.
to get like first-hand info from someone that I'm usually reading books. Oh, this is so great.
You always want to grab a nettle firmly by the, and so on and so forth. Inside, why don't you,
tightly down?
Tarek, why don't you give me a perception check or investigation if you prefer.
Let's do probably perception is better. Or I do perception.
You see the logbook sitting there on the side. No lock on it. Quill damp next to the pen as it's drying. Next to the pen, next to the pages as it's drying out.
I go up to the book and open it and see the first or the last page written, trying to figure out the last page written on it.
So the last page has 2 entries. It says Don John collection 3 health potions, 1 invulnerability potion. Next line, Jeffrey collecting stomach lining. Brackets mimic.
I'm trying to take this book without back with me out. So I put it inside my jacket and try to like cover it up, close the jacket, and start looking for maybe some like a chest or something with the bags, like the money or something that you keeps, or trying to find a bigger chest inside that you keep for storage.
Sure, give me a separate investigation or perception roll. Yeah, there at the back of the room, you can see a purple chest with gold banding around 3 foot wide by 2 foot deep and 2 feet tall.
It's a big chest. So I wonder if Toby went back here to hide. That's my question as well, because he knew the area. So I'm a bit scared to go too close to the chest. If it's something on him. So I poke it. I took up a spear.
Don't trust chests ever again.
Don't trust chests. I poke the chest bit with a spear and see what happens. Never trusting a chest again. Never.
The chest doesn't seem to move.
Okay. I walk a bit closer. I'm poking up, trying to lift the lid with the spear.
As you lift up the lid, the spear tip, you can see inside are one half of the chest is full of it's about a dozen bottles, 7 of which are empty, and 5 of which contain red liquid. On the left, there are 3 or 4 small sacks that look like they contain gold, and in the middle, there is a stack of burlap sacks.
Stingy lady. I take a burlap sack and I put I try to weigh out the coins. I take 2 of the coin bags in the burlap sack. I want to try to pay off the manticore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Each sack contains roll me 2d20.
How do you roll separate dice here?
So there's a dice roller on the left of the roll 20 as the little picture of the dice on that sidebar.
If you click it, it should pop up like a...
Roll 2d20.
Mhm.
like that, and one more.
Yeah. Okay, so the first sack contains 100 gold pieces. The second sack contains uh 66 gold pieces.
166.
The total weight's around 3 pounds.
So we take all the gold.
Yeah, you can see all told here. There's probably around 400 to 600 gold. If you want to stop and count it, you can, but
No, we take all the gold. We hope for fill up the rest.
Wait, you took all the gold?
Yeah.
Like all the sacks?
Yeah.
all the gold is gone.
We must have it. Oh no.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm
but-
half orc. Okay, I'm
We
half
don't
orc.
see this
I'm
happen.
closer to the dark side than the good side. Okay, so,
The dark side has gold and cookies.
exactly.
Good
And
at
favors
that.
from Manticore.
So I'm trying to leave the cabin without her noticing it. I close the lid and everything on the chest as well.
I'm swooping around on my butterfly wings now.
Zorna,
like you suggested.
as Armin is creating some kind of fake spider web in the sky to catch manticores, Adabra is leading you closer and closer to the windmill as she takes you around her various plant pots full of herbs and plants.
Oh, that's amazing. So, do you do any cooking, Adabra?
Oh, I can show you if you like. I've got a cookbook inside.
And she starts to walk towards the house.
Well, actually, I wanted to show you my recipe. I have this great spider leg kebab thing. But I mean, you don't want that too close to your house. And I can show you the raw ingredients I have. I want to know what you think about them. If they're like quality enough. I have a real eye for this.
I'm not saying that this is critical or anything, but could you make me a persuasion roll?
Okay.
Hey, she goes, I wouldn't like it near the house. You say, does it get quite smelly?
It does. I have to keep it in like an airtight bag in my back. So if we bring it out somewhere that gets a lot of air, so it just kind of clears off, you know.
I know exactly the place. That old fireplace in the old house. That's been there for years. Still will work as a flue. And we can use it for cooking and keep the smell away from ourselves. And it's not far from the windmill, but far
Really?
enough.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Do you need an arm to walk or anything? I mean, you look quite fit, but I wouldn't want you to trip on any of these traps.
I live on my own in the hills. Of course I don't need an arm. I'm not an invalid.
No, of course. But we have just set out these wonderful traps, and I just wanted to make sure.
Even if
And
I
I'll
was, I bet I could make a potion to make me not.
That's really true. You are awesome. It's that 10 charisma coming out. You are cool.
I
That is
like
nicely
you.
Roll 10 charisma.
So she takes you over to that fireplace. It's about 20 feet from the entrance of the windmill. So Tarek,
Okay.
as you try and leave the windmill, could you please give me a stealth check?
God.
As you get to the door, Zorna, you can't help her. As Tarek is leaving, she sees the movement by the door and turns to look and goes,
Oh, you're right there. Do you need anything from inside?
Was just looking for the teapot. You said you had tea in here.
Oh, yes. I can help you with that.
and she starts to walk towards you, Tarek.
Didn't you just have some tea?
I'm walking out of the building, of course. I'm meeting up. I'm going up to her. It's fine. I was just the urge for tea right now. I'm supposed to do the traps. So I want to do them first before I get tea.
Make me a deception check, please.
Oh no, it's falling apart.
Or so bad. Deception. Where is it?
Oh no.
Oh there. Oh god, I'm curious one. Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh, if only you had an advantage.
I'm so concerned.
He's lying.
Oh crap.
Oh well,
Ooh.
all right. Well, that seems fine.
Half orc can't lie with me.
However, when you say you're going to go and work on the traps, you see Adabra start to head towards her house. And for a moment, the three of you are outside alone as she goes in.
Tarak, do we need to leave?
Yeah, I think we should start leaving.
Oh, okay.
You should leave. You should leave. I accidentally found something in there in the cabin.
Oh,
And
Walk and
it was
talk,
just-
walk
it
and
was
talk,
just
walk and
sitting
talk.
there, What's sitting there? So
From the windmill, you hear,
Thieves! Thieves! Thieves!
We run away on the horses.
yeah, we have the horses. So of course we're gonna use the horses.
Of course.
I'll share a horse with Armin.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
horses give you 120 feet movement per round. You get the heck out of Dodge.
Question now: should we go back to the Manticore with the money and sort it out?
We need apologies first.
Well, I'm sure the money would help. And
Yeah.
we are gonna be writing those letters. So
Should we change to tactics and try to just tear apart her business? We already took her money. I mean, or we could try to blackmail her into making an apology.
nah.
Eh, I know. dude,
I'd rather not do that.
Vicky, if you watch the rerun, this is your legacy. This is what they do when you're not around.
Oh goodness.
It's getting very messy. We had a good plan.
It went so dark so fast.
Oh,
I don't
Vicky,
know what to do.
Vicky is our conscience.
Vicky is the lawful good paladin of the group that usually keeps us all on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, and I'm the neutral party.
Anyway, you are making away with a large amount of road. At the moment, you're heading back towards either the Cleanup Crew Lodge or Neverwinter.
I vote for giving the money to the Manticore.
I'm
Okay.
sending Manticore as well.
So we need to not bring it back then? Will we have to log it if we bring it back or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I mean we should go do that first
Oh, do that first. Okay.
since we're already.
Can we do we have to go through the cabin to get up there, or can we find a different route?
I know the terrain, so I should probably find a good route there that's not up to the cabin, as long as it's
Okay.
in the same area. I have
Yeah, you can find an alternate route. We'll skip over that, to be honest, because of time. And you can find your way up to the cave. However, the cave that the... I'm sorry, but chat sums it up so nicely. So you stole money from an old woman and are now riding away on horses that
Yeah,
belong
yes,
to a
it is.
noble whose cart you burned.
Okay. To be fair, the nobles got
They were
eaten first, and that was not us.
that's not our fault.
And I thought the mimic was in the thing.
We're
It's
Oh,
all chaos.
The cave is empty.
Oh, we should just leave it with a note.
Should we?
Yeah.
Now, who walked up to the Manticore cave sanely and tried to steal?
I will. Well, I meant.
If
Oh,
you
I
get
get
the
what
money,
you're
yeah.
As you leave, Linda is landing.
Landing, Linda! Linda!
Hello, you're back already so soon with
Okay,
no offering this time.
we kind of have one. We thought you might like this. It's all of that lady's money.
You stole her money.
I mean,
We took it back from people she sold illegally to. And so
Swindling.
it's
And it was
swindling,
it's the down payment on that 500 gold that you had.
did we
required.
count it?
We did not.
We just put the money and
I
left.
meant to say that we counted. I meant to be like, oh, we should stop and count it, but I didn't.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Oh,
know
it
we know it's over 160, so that's what counted. then we're out.
But we're still gonna try to put her out of business.
She like puts her clawed hand to her face, which is interesting because it, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a paw, but the opposite is there. You remember when I told you that I appreciated the law?
Yes.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure that grand larceny was the best way to go forward with this. I mean, what will your employers think?
That's a good question. We was thinking had some money for you.
I have no answers to these questions.
I knew.
It's funny because like Armin was flying around. She had no clue any of this was happening until she landed. Like,
Okay. That I didn't think that was gonna happen, but
true.
I did. So this is where we're at now.
Yep.
I mean,
I just heard money, and she wanted money, and there was money, so it's yeah.
But now I'm the bad guy. I've ended up with the riches, and there's a little old woman in a windmill, probably crying thief, I imagine.
True.
A true
you heard
figure of
something,
pathos.
You heard something.
We can give it back.
I mean, that's up to you at this point, whatever you think is best. I mean, if you think it'd be best, I could just get rid of you so your employers don't know.
You could get rid of. Wait, what?
No,
Or
not really.
import-
She just licks her lips.
No, not an option.
Nope.
Not an option.
Nope.
well, maybe. Oh dear. I think we could.
How much can your cat carry?
Like 10 gold pieces?
We'll
It's
say. We'll say £10 worth. We'll give it the same as
Oh, man.
Mage Hand.
My cat is so strong.
So if we make a harness and put the
Yeah, it would
Coins.
require a harness, definitely.
yeah, put a harness on the cat.
Heard the burlap sack. We can do something with that one.
Oh, so you took the burlap sacks too?
No,
Just-
no
I think
one.
you just took one.
Yes,
you
one.
took one?
Not all of them.
Well, what if? Okay, I have two ideas here. We could take the gold with the ledger and bring it to one of the guilds to try to out her. Or we could go back and use the gold and or the burlap sack to be like, hey, if you want this back, you need to come clean and testify.
Yeah, that's true. We could blackmail her. That's a good option.
Blackmailing for the cause of good.
Exactly.
I feel like somewhere Callie is screaming at me. You guys hear it?
I can feel it. It's like behind my shoulders.
Citizen, like, what are you doing?
Where do you
I'm all
head
for-
next?
What?
Where do you head next?
To hide in the forest
Never thought again.
We have
and
500 gold.
discreetly deliver the gold back.
We could just also make a break with all this money and go to a different country.
Well, then I'm out of a job and a place to live. I'm worried about my friends, so I nixed that idea.
And some weeks you were making like 10 to 20 gold a week, Armin. You know, you're onto a
Right.
good gig.
Yeah.
It's just brainstorming. Okay, so do we go back to the house or do we go back to Neverwinter?
I go
That's
back.
like,
We go back near the house.
The windmill, yeah. Okay.
I should be up for the blackmailing part.
GM, is this like a typical Scratticus game?
Kind of. Yeah.
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 So as you all head back down towards the windmill, you can see there are 5 black stallions with
Oh hell.
plate mail armor on their covering them that are standing outside. There is 2 guards who
hell.
look like city guards with torches standing outside as we're creeping into the evening now. It's starting to get dark. And yeah, you
Let's
can
put it all on a rock with a note that says, "We found this. Thought you might want it back," and leave.
That's a terrible plan. Not that I'm the best at coming up with plans, but that doesn't. Then she's still gonna be mad at us. I mean, she's probably gonna be mad at us no matter what we do at this point. But
Could have been a doppelganger.
yeah, we were impersonated.
It was the mimic's fault.
I could go in and apologize. I could do that for us. I mean, I did spend the whole time like
I don't want you to get arrested.
Do you think she found some law enforcement between now and then?
Yeah,
I mean, she's a shady business, right?
that's law enforcement.
We have her book though. It's illegal potion dealing, so we could turn
Yeah,
it in.
it's not regulated. We could walk in boldly, and if there is law enforcement, we could go in and say, we've been looking for you. We have uncovered this grand conspiracy that this old lady is running out of her house in the woods.
We did this to bring the law enforcement here.
Yeah.
Oh
we
my
could
God.
do that. We could do that.
Ah!
Let's do it.
Do that.
Yes!
That's like the. We have to do
Company
something.
goes out of business.
That's amazing.
Do it. Let's do it. Let's do
I don't
it.
know how this is gonna go. Oh no, Callie, what do we do?
She would call them, and that way she wouldn't have time to run away because she would be calling you herself. It was all part
Exactly.
of the plan.
Let's do it like that. That's a good
Okay.
plan. That's a good plan.
Okay.
Who's taking the money?
Oh,
I'm
We should
I'm
go
gonna
about
have-
a group.
I'm a half orc. I shouldn't have the money. Hand over to the law enforcement. They were like, "Here you go. I did it for calling you here." No, that's not gonna work. So-
Armin, are you a respectable person around these parts?
Yeah.
You're very pretty.
Thank you.
Do you want to bring the gold in, or do you want me? I look very unthreatening.
We
What I've been
should
told
both
to be
go.
kind of nerdy,
We
like a
should both
boil.
go.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
as you approach the two guards standing guard,
We've been looking for you.
they turn and go, "Hey, stop! You there!"
Yes, we've been looking for you.
No, you're just the people we've been looking for. Do you have this house under guard, under watch?
They sort of like hearing the noise. 3 more guards come out, as does the woman, Adabra, and they sort of like rush towards you, drawing their
Hands up,
swords.
non-threatening.
They surrounding her, and she says,
Yes, that's them. They took all my gold and my ledger.
And we did so to bring these people here.
Yes.
We have brought you the stuff back.
one guard, clearly the leader, from the size of his mustache,
He's the biggest mustache.
bristles. Hard not to with that size mustache. And what's going on here then? What do you mean you brought us here to this establishment? For what purpose would that be?
We knew that if we were to call her out on the suspicious activities that she has been accused of, that she might find out ahead of time and be able to flee. And thus we devised this plan to have her bring you out herself, and thus trap herself by her own mistakes. As you can see here, my
In her
friend
ledger.
Armin's ledger, she has been selling potions. But does she have her potion license? Does she? Armin, you know the legalese better than me, so I'm gonna let you do this part.
Jenna does not know the legalese.
I don't know the guild name. Yeah, that's fine.
Armin
Hold
takes
on,
out a
Let me
notebook.
refer our
Illegally.
notes.
Legitimately.
Pull out further evidence.
The Quality Control for Potion Making Association.
Yes, that one. She is not registered with them, as you can verify with them. And yes, she is out here.
Not FDA approved.
It's unsafe business practices, and it's under the table.
Zorna, I would like you to make me a deception check, please.
Oh my gosh. Why am I doing this?
Or perhaps a persuasion check if you feel that would be better. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like you're trying to use truth to persuade, but there's a lot of lies in here. So you you have the choice of deception or persuasion.
Is it her rolling or me rolling?
Well, Zorna's done all the talking. You just filled in the
Okay.
thing. So I think definitely a Zorna roll
Okay.
here.
Oh, dang. Okay.
You have advantage, right?
Do I have advantage?
Does she?
I don't think so.
Can I gift her my advantage?
You can. You can roll with advantage.
I will use persuasion and let, hopefully, semi-truth save the day.
Oh god.
Oh no, that was perception.
No.
A nat 20 is a nat 20 no matter which skill you roll. Sphinx, thank you very much for the donation there. Let us know who you would like that automatic success to go to. He sort of like looks you up and down and goes, well, what is all this then? Thought that you were working with the cleanup crew and all of this CQSA nonsense. That's a little out of my jurisdiction. I'm just here to catch criminals, and you have somewhat taken all of her gold.
And we have thus returned it.
Yes, we have every last piece here for you, still contained in the burlap sack that we put them in.
And they're on the ground in front of us.
And she, in the background,
We
is
are cleaning
squeaking.
up this countryside of people who bring a bad reputation to honorable potion vendors.
This is
around-
unacceptable! Unacceptable! They've stolen my gold and my ledger. Admittedly only for a few hours, but they shouldn't be able to just come into my house under good pretenses and steal all my things.
You did invite us in.
Armin, you get an auto success from Malhadale, and we have another auto success donated by Sphinx, which is to whomever needs it. If it doesn't get used, I'll put it on me, and we'll donate it to someone next week. Well, look here, Mrs. Deborah. I am of the current opinion that since there is no harm, then there should be no foul. So, we have the gold. We've got your ledger here as well, so you can have those items returned to you. And I think that we might somewhat need to perhaps get some sort of filed with the CQSA and perhaps the other relevant authorities. I don't know which ones they might be. Like I say, that is well out of my jurisdiction. But I don't think I can very well just let you lot just go and steal things as a way of getting our attention. What sort of message does that send? I think I should at least take you down to the watch house to sign something.
That's
Okay.
fair.
That I
That's very
think
fair.
that is reasonable. We appreciate your attention to serving this great land that we are in.
Yep.
You're cool. You're pretty cool.
Are you trying to butter up this guardsman?
With my 10 charisma.
Give me another persuasion check, Zorna.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah.
All right. There's no need for all of that. Come along with us then.
There was a half-orc with them!
Oh, I thought he was with us.
I thought Tarek stayed hidden.
I thought he just handed us the stuff.
Yeah, I thought he let us approach ahead of him. I don't know,
Tarek,
are
it's
you
up-
hiding?
it's up to you.
I thought he was hiding.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm standing a bit behind.
Right with them behind. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
this
He didn't
it's
want
dark,
to be
right?
the one to give the things.
No, it's this scary and half orc, 2 meters tall, about 130 pounds, coming up, handing him money to law
Yeah,
enforcement.
to be fair, that would, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really.
Where are the horses?
I'm holding them.
Now this here, this is very interesting.
We came
Earlier
across-
today, in fact, on the way here, since we were summoned, we saw on the road an abandoned, burned down cart. No sign of horses, and no sign of riders.
Yeah, we found these horses.
Yeah, they were indeed riderless, and we thought that it would not do to just let these
Wander.
docile horses wander helplessly through the woods. And on our way back into town, we intend to return them to, Armin would know more about that. I'm new here.
I didn't know where they were from, so we were gonna.
One of the guards
A
who was
horse
standing,
lost and found.
one of the guards who was standing outside and saw you approach, said, "Sir, permission to speak, sir. They came down from the mountains, not from the road. Very interesting. What were them horses? Yeah, it's very interesting indeed, isn't it?" And he gives you what I imagine he thinks is a steely glint.
I give a winning smile and say, we need to be away from the windmill for a couple hours while you all arrived here.
Hmm.
It's all part of the plan.
We will take this under investigation 2. You can help us
Fair.
with our inquiries down at the station.
Okay.
Do we follow them? Should I go up? I'm going up to going out from the darkness with the horses, coming closer. As
Mhm.
well.
And they lead you 3 in front, 2 in front, 3 behind, back to Neverwinter and to the guardhouse. They stable your horses and give you a receipt for them. And they go through the rigmarole of reporting crimes.
Yeah.
Now it's about all done. You filled in all of the relevant paperwork. Unfortunately, though, I am unable to release you at this time.
Wait, why not?
I have received word on high to detain you in relation to the burning cart. I have an eyewitness who can place you at the scene, apparently. So, unfortunately, I am going to need to book you both in, at least for the night, until you can get you a lawyer, which will be tomorrow morning now. Looking at his watch, it's way too late to get lawyers this time of night. But we're going to book you in. You are unfortunately charged with arson and grand theft equine.
Okay, can I be honest here? We thought the cart had a mimic in it.
Now, I have met mimics both good and bad. Is that something that really warrants setting fire to public property?
It is when it eats the people in the cart.
Right, well,
Which I
he
witnessed with
makes-
my own eyes.
makes a note. And the problem is here is that you seem to have all the answers to your crimes with other crimes, which seems mightily suspicious to someone hot like I am. And I'm going to keep you under investigation, definitely. I will take your recount into account as we account for the proceedings going forward. But for the time being, I will be detaining you. We'll get you a lawyer in the morning, and I'll make sure you get a clean cell. You do realise what that cart was, don't you?
No,
No.
actually,
not
no.
really. No.
We never did figure that out.
It was an embassy cart.
Oh.
Oh
Huh.
no! And so a mimic ate 2 embassy members?
8?
Yeah.
I cannot be sure. We do not currently know the whereabouts of the embassy members. However,
Yeah, we saw him turn into a log, and then when they got out to move the log, it ate them. We thought that warranted tracking it down and
And trying
disposing
to
of the
find-
mimic.
he's making
and
furious
setting
notes.
it on fire.
Because you never know what part of the cart he could have mimicked.
We had to cover all of our bases, and yet it still eluded us.
I will be sending a message to your employer about these events.
Oh, no.
With a recounting of your story, I understand that criminal activity is covered by your insurance and you will be provided a lawyer. But for the time being, cell number 3 is empty.
Oh, that's my favorite number.
Lucky Hugh.
Oh. What happens when Callie's not here? Armin gets arrested. Just a series of bad decisions.
We pan away from our group sorely being arrested. And we pan back to a dark room lit by a few candles. In here, it's the Don John and Philip. Toby enters the room. There is a sound which can only be described as sort of like a toilet flushing backwards. And 2 slimy nobles appear on the floor in front of him.
Ugh. Sound effects.
What is the meaning of this? This can't go on. We demand. We have privileges. And It's Don John who steps forward. I believe you are the ambassadors sent north. Representing the Mountains Toe Gold Mine Company. And that's where I'm going to end this week's one shot of the cleanup crew.
Oh my god. Well, today was just a storm of chaos.
Yeah, this is what I bring to the table.
Kept digging ourselves in a deeper pit. Callie has the ladder, wherever she may be.
Well,
This is fantastic. Thank you for running this game, Scratticus.
you are so welcome.
I don't even know.
I totally forgot to play my mystery music for the last scene. We'll play it now and pretend that I was playing it the whole time. That is the end of the one shot. So before we wrap up, we'll go round and say hello to everyone. We'll go the opposite way round this time. So we'll start with Patrick or Fix Spinner.
Thanks for the game. It was really nice. Funny twists in this game. And I think it's a really good group of characters bounded good together. It was nice. It was really nice. I hope I will do it soon again.
Oh, I am most certainly sure. Most certainly sure we'll get you on the show again very soon. I've linked your Twitter as well there. If there's anything else you'd like to plug, you have time to plug. Plug.
No, it's fine. It's good.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Next around, we have Michaela.
Hello, it's me, Michaela. I also really enjoyed this game. This was really fun, and I hadn't actually watched Scratticus Academy games before today, but after having so much fun with all of you, I am so intrigued on this story that you're telling, so I'm sure I'll be watching more. The streams that I usually do are Dungeons and Dragons High Tea, which is usually on Fridays, but we're taking a brief break. So if you want to go see some tea party interviews with other people in the D&D community, you can check out my Twitch, which is it's McBoots42, and my Twitter is just McBoots42. And I think that's all for now. If you follow me on Twitter, you can see all the cool stuff that I do and like conventions I go to and Dungeons and Dragons one-shots that I DM and all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks again, Scratticus, for this awesome channel and this awesome game we had. It's so good.
You're fantastic. Thank you. I've shouted out your things there as well. Lastly, of the present people, we have Jenna.
Hello. I think from being on Fading Footsteps, it's made me like preemptively not trust mimics. Because there were so many in that game. But you can find me on Aspiring DM on Twitter and at littledragonscribbles.com and on Instagram, where I have our notes from this game that I'll be posting. I'll be posting session, I think, 6 and 7? Or is it 7? I don't know. The ones from last week and the week before, I believe.
Yeah, it should be 6 and 7, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this was episode 8, so yeah.
Maybe I have my numbering off. Okay. I'll figure it out.
I
But
know
yeah,
you
I'll be
were pulling
posting
a
those.
full-on maths face there for a second. I could see the gif happening around your head, you know.
Well, I have the one I haven't posted as 7.
Huh.
So the next one should be 8, but if this
Unless I've got my episode, we'll talk about it
8.
afterwards. Maybe I got my
Yeah.
numbering wrong. One of us has got a numbering wrong. It'll be fine.
See, something happened.
It seems
Yeah,
like
I
our
saw-
raid cry. tonight is It's All Chaos. So everyone cue that up onto your clipboards. We'll be going and raiding with that very shortly. Before we go, please check out our social links. There you can find all of our Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. If you want to come and talk about the show, come and scream about it in the Discord. We have a show dedicated to the cleanup crew. It's in the curriculum section. You can find it there. Also, check out our sponsors. We are sponsored by The Deck of Many, who create The Deck of Many Things, and The Deck of Many animated spell cards, reference cards for 5e, which cast magic as you cast the cards. So do check those out. Also, Mage Hand Press, who write content for 5e. They have expansions for space and tea and all that wonderful stuff. So check them out too. Thank you for coming along, everyone. This has been an absolute pleasure. And until next time, keep on evoking emotions. See you later.
Thanks, Ricky.